Hey Beta Climbers, welcome to another episode. This one's a special one. I got a rope here we need to retire. So today's episode we're going to cover when to retire ropes and what to look for. Let's roll the intro.
I hate this channel.
No!
So when is it time to retire a rope? Well, there actually is an expiration date manufacturers give ropes, which is 10 years. The ropes are made of nylon, so they start to decay, and after 10 years, the manufacturer says it's time to can it. So even if you store your rope perfectly or never even use it, after 10 years, it's time to go bye-bye rope. But I doubt you're ever gonna make it to 10 years because you actually use a rope, you're gonna damage it, it just happens. So that's basically what happened here. This rope got damaged. Actually, I don't know if this, I think this rope's pretty old. I use it for work, so it runs through all kinds of things. So yeah, it's time to go. But the most common damage on a rope is gonna be a cut or abrasion or something like that. And that's what happened here, as you can see. If it focuses, it's cut right there and the core is showing. Here's a quick little anatomy lesson. Our climbing ropes are called Kern mantle ropes, which I think is German. The kern would be the core and the mantle would be the sheath of the mantle. And that's basically where we get our strength, is inside the core, and the mantle protects the core. So that's what's going on here. And the core is out, so yeah, time to retire. With climbing ropes, you always have to be mindful of where your rope is running up the cliff. Can it go over something sharp and cut? If you see something that could potentially cut your rope, you have to move your rope in a way, position it in a way so that it couldn't get cut with runners or whatnot, so that the rope doesn't run over that, because that's a serious hazard. You want to make sure you don't cut your rope because that could kill you. Yeah, damage like this could happen a number of different ways. Like I said earlier, running across something sharp, rock fall, something hitting it hard like this. Okay, we're in the outside world now. We're going to replicate some rock fall. The rock is going to represent the rock, and the rope's going to represent a rope, and our hammer is going to represent another rock. And this method could be used if you don't have like a knife. You could do this just to cut a rope. So I'll show you what I mean. If another rock came by and just started down, cut your rope right off. So that's how rockfall could cut your rope. The other enemy of a rope is actually the sun. Yeah, the sun is not Birdman. It doesn't get power from it. Does Superman get the power from? They could get sun bleached. I think I'll probably in a vlog climbing sometime in the future. I'll end up running across it. I'll point it out. You'll see a rope that's sun bleached and rotten. Yeah, they get pretty bad if you leave them out in the sun. So make sure you store your rope somewhere dry and clean and dark. Another thing that can damage your rope pretty quickly is like acids. If you put your rope on top of like concrete, like bags of concrete, or like batteries, car batteries, or something obvious like a bottle of acid, you don't want to ever get your rope anywhere near any of that stuff. Like maybe harmful solvents. People will put their ropes in a bath with something pretty bad. That's a no-no. Clean your rope with gentle soaps and things like that when you clean your rope. So yeah, acids, no. Finally, burns. Burns will damage your rope, and you could burn your rope if you rappel too quickly like a stupid, or if you like do a rope on rope, which could cut ropes. Okay, so this is going to show you why you never do rope on rope. I've never tried this before. Let's see if it works. It's a piece of Dyneema string. Holy moly! It's going right through it. Oh! So you never want to rappel on this. You always want to rappel on a beaner. Never do rope through rope. So anyway, here's how you check your rope for any of those damages. Every time you go to flake out your rope to put your rope away and coil it up, don't do it mindlessly. Go through your rope, take a look at it, and see how it's doing. After a lot of experience, you'll know what a rope should feel like. And if you ever run to a spot that's stiff, you know it's got like a burn, and then when it's burned, it gets stiff, and that's no good. Other things would be like a discoloration. Acids or anything like that or the sun will discolor the rope, and you know that's a no-no. You won't want to get on that rope, especially if it's someone else's rope or something like that. You could take a look at the rope, and then you'll be like, oh, that looks kind of weird. Maybe I don't want to climb on that rope. Maybe I shouldn't be friends with you. And then after a while, if you're going through your rope, every once in a while you want to do this technique, which makes a nice little loop. And if you run into something that's damaged, it won't make a loop, it'll make a kink. That'll show you, even if there's no damage on the sheath, there's damage on the core. And that could happen, that we call it a dead spot. And that could happen, see, I'm going to get close like that. That could happen from just falling on the same spot repeatedly. And that's how these ropes are actually tested. And ropes have a test limit of something like 5 to 7 falls. And I know what you're saying, Josh, people fall on the rope all day long nowadays. So what do you mean 5 doesn't falls? Well, they test it with a fall factor 2, and they make it with 175 pounds. They make it fall in the same spot until the thing snaps, which usually only takes about 5 to 7 falls. And climbers never see anything like that. Actually, fun little story. Back in the day, you never fall on your ropes. Ropes are just considered backups. Today, people hang doggle, which is just hang around on the ropes. And I mean, back in the day, it was just bad ethics to ever even fall on your rope. If you fell on your rope, you're considered climbing above your grade, and you shouldn't be doing that. You should be climbing at your limit, not above your limit. Nowadays, 2019, we got sport climbers climbing way above their limit, falling multiple times. So as long as you're aware of the damages that could get in your rope and that you could be damaging your rope and all those other things, then I guess it's considered safe. But back in the day, you're considered a dum-dum if you're going out there falling on your rope and falling on your trad gear. It was only ever just backup. So that's just a little rabbit trail I just went down right there. But what else? So yeah, it's just a different world today. 2019, people are whipping on the ropes all day long and not giving a crap. But if you do end up having to retire a rope, it's not the end of the world. I could show you some cool DIY projects I'm going to be doing on the next episode. So if you're excited for that, hit subscribe. Like it if you like my content. Here's my Instagram over there. And Joshua Perry climbing out of here. Let me know something down in the comments. Comments help the channel out a lot. So comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Joshua Perry climbing out here.